Well, we're out of Europe after a bit of a dismal campaign. I didn't get any of the jobs I was after in the summer. And the league campaign is looking less than stellar. We're sitting all the way down in 9th. 3 wins, 3 draws and 6 losses. And I think the reason for that is fivefold. 1, our reputation has increased, so teams are taking this more seriously. 2, we should be 3rd in the XG table. 3, we just keep throwing away massive amounts of points to stupid late goals. 4, we've had a massive injury crisis throughout the whole season. And 5, we don't have this man anymore, Rudolf Zaradnik, who is the number 9 for Žilina. The centre defensive midfielder has made his first appearance for the Slovakian national team and is a leading Slovakian Premier League player nowadays, valued at 700k. I think that's got a release clause in his contract. He got the assist in the one goal that Žilina had when they beat us 1-0. However, it's not all doom and gloom. After 2 years and 120 days at MSK Puchov, 1 second Liga title, an appearance in the Slovakian Cup final for the first time in over 2 decades, I think it's time to move on. We have a job offer. Arminia Bielefeld in Germany. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Look at the size of the stadium. They're only 2.5 star and they're in a bit of debt, but their estimated value is 12.5 million, which is quite a little bit more than MSK Puchov. As I said in the little mini job hunt we did in the summer, I've never managed in Germany. They're in the 3rd division in Germany, which is the last in the playable leagues. They're sitting in the relegation zone with 11 points from 13 games. However, they're underperforming quite a lot because they're predicted to finish 7th in the league. And they were in the Bundesliga as recently as 2022. So I personally think this is a no-brainer. But before we leave MSK Puchov and all these beautiful graphics, let's say one last goodbye. In this sweet madness, oh, this glorious sadness that brings me to my knees, in the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark old hotel room, and the endlessness that you feel. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. I really think we've taken MSK Puchov as far as we can, and I think we've done a very good job when we've been here. We've got them back to the upper echelons of Slovakian football. They've been in Europe, they've been in the cup final, they have a trophy, and it's time to move on. As you can see, I've changed the graphic around me already, so hopefully I don't mess up these good negotiations, but I'm being offered a massive 1.8k a week with a £28,000 transfer budget and a 92k wage budget. I said in the interview that I'd accept a smaller transfer budget, so maybe that's why I got the job. Let's start negotiations. A relegation wage drop, I'll be sacked because it'll be the 4th Liga, so it doesn't really matter about that, does it? A 2-year contract, can we push them to 3? I'll get rid of the promotion wage rise in the attempt to get another year out of them, and that's worked. A 3-year contract at Arminia Bielefeld, and it's signed, sealed, and delivered. I like the look of those kits at the back there, they look nice. In a move which is sure to spark plenty of debate in the comment section, hopefully, as well. Let me know what you think about the move. I really think it's a no-brainer. Even though it's a step down in the footballing world, it's a much bigger club. Tix lifted the second Liga of Slovakia with Puchov in 2027 and faces pressure to bring immediate success to the Skucho Arena. And on that note, I did notice that I applied for this job in the summer but didn't get it, and the man who did get it only lasted 79 days on the job. He had 2 wins, 4 draws and 5 losses, so hopefully we can outlast Mark Unterberger. And I'm going to arrange the squad and see what kind of ability we have in the team and be back with a tactic. I've been moving players down into the squad, into the under-19s, but look at the size of this squad, it's huge. So many players in the starting squad. No wonder we're massively over the wage budget if we've got that many players. We have 44 in the junior team now. And I've narrowed the main squad down to 24, so that's 68 players. 68! You can only put 11 on the pitch at a time. And most of these are on full-time contracts as well. This guy on 2.6k per week, which is more than anybody in Puchov was ever on. And he's never anywhere near the team. What are these guys doing? Right, I've made a 4-2-3-1. There's a couple of players that I'm quite excited about. Karsten, he's come through the academy. He doesn't look fantastic, but I think he'll develop into a fairly serviceable attacking midfielder, which is why I'm playing the 4-2-3-1 entirely anyway for this player. I really like the look of him. He's come through the academy, he's played quite a lot for them, and he is the kingpin that we're going to rotate around. We have 3 keepers in the squad. Puchov was the starting keeper, but I'm going to go with Artem Zoloa, a Ukrainian keeper who's 21. Puchov is 35. And they both have quite similar ability, so I'm going to go with the younger fella and hope he develops into a better player, and Puchov will be gone soon. The highest earners in the squad are earning about £5,000 per week, and it is a quite balanced squad overall. I don't think I'm going to need to do many additions. I think my main job is going to be maybe adding 1 or 2 players, but getting rid of all of these ridiculous amount of players that I've got in the squad in the youth team. It's not like they're on negligible amounts of money either. That's quite a lot of money, like £2,500 there, 1.5, 1,000, and all of these are on like 400 to 500. It's crazy. Our third striker is called Mario Führer, which means leader. No jokes in the comments. He has a full mustache. Full mustache. And he's Austrian. He's come through the youth academy, and he looks alright, you know. He might actually get some game time. But it's a pretty good squad for what we need for this level, at least to get to mid-table, as is the aim for this season. It's going to be a hell of a job getting all these players out. I'm just going to do everything I can to ship them out as soon as possible. Staff-wise, we haven't got a full complement yet, so I'm going to put some job adverts out, but we do have an assistant manager. There is one staff member I'm going to try and go back to Puchov and try and get, and that is their chief scout, Pete. He's not long signed a new contract. Once he's happy with the amount of time he spent at Puchov, we're going to try and get him in. I'm going to add him to the staff shortlist. And hopefully we'll be reunited with our beautiful Mozambican. It is a really lovely stadium we have. I'm going to do a little deep dive into the club and the stadium at the start of the next episode, but just have a little look at that now. It is absolutely gorgeous. It has 27,000 seats in and has the ability to be expanded potentially into a 34,000 seater stadium. As far as captains go, I see no reason to remove Leon Schneider. He's currently going to be our starting centre-back on the right side. He's a 28-year-old German. There's not many good options to come in as vice-captain though. I would get Mario Lieder in, but he isn't going to be a starter. Lannert's the current vice-captain, and he's going to be a starter. Where the hell is Lannert? Why so low? Oh my god, he's right at the bottom of the list of the recommended vice-captains. But he's going to remain the vice-captain because he's going to be a starting player and I don't want to upset him. Leading by ability rather than mental attributes. And it looks like I can get one out the door already. One of the under-19s, hopefully, is getting gone. Oh, and another few. Oh, this is great. Get as many gone as you can. You can have them for nothing. You can have them. I'll pay you to take them. And I've been arranging the boys for about an hour, but let's have a team meeting with them as well and say hello. I'd like to introduce myself as your new manager and answer any questions that you may have. Welcome, I'm pleased to see you in charge and hope your reign is long and successful. Thank you, Leon Schneider. I do too. I'm not going to tell you about what I want for this season because I don't know how good you are. The managerial support is at very poor, which is better than Puchov, where it is abysmal for the first year and a bit that I was there. And our manager profile is at 30% reputation, so we're very, very slowly but surely increasing in stature. Our win rate has dropped from 60% when we left Abergavenny to 58%, but that's pretty good to me. I was just looking to see if we're in the DFB Pokal, and I found this team called Worms, who I really want to manage one day. Worms sound fun, but I don't think we are in the DFB Pokal. and I can't see where we were knocked out, which is very strange. Maybe we didn't qualify because of our performance last season. Were we in it last season? No. Why aren't we in the DFB Pokal? If you know, please put it in the comments, but I don't know why we're not in the DFB Pokal. I am just getting dizzy trying to get these players out the door. I'm just losing track of where I am all the time. And let's meet the German media. Guten Tag. How excited are you on becoming the Arminia Bielefeld new manager? I'm very excited. I'm going to smile warmly and say that. Do you feel your expectations are asked of you being fair and realistic? Yes, I do, because we should be finishing 7th according to the media, and we're in the relegation zone. So yes, I'm very happy with them. Finishing mid-table with this team shouldn't be crazy hard. Over your career, you've become well known for your distinctive brand of football. Every group of players brings a new and different set of strengths and weaknesses. And we will change to the 4-2-3-1, I think. In leaving your previous job to take over at Arminia Bielefeld, you disappointed a number of people at MSK Puchov. Do you regret that? Yes, I do. Of course I do, but football is like that at times, and I'd like to apologise to them, but hopefully they also understand my reasons for moving on. And finally, are you excited at the prospect of managing in Germany? It's a fantastic opportunity to expand my footballing experiences. I agree wholeheartedly with that one. And with that, we're going to end the press conference and never see them ever again, and set our assistant manager to deal with all of the press conferences. And the exodus has begun. 9 players we've accepted offers for. Let's have a quick look at the clauses that we have available to us. We have quite a few. For Lennox Afolabi, he doesn't seem to be playing much, so I don't think he'll be getting sold for a lot of money. So I think it makes sense to just sell all these clauses now and get the money in while we can, because we're in a bit of financial crises. We're in £500,000 worth of debt now, projected to be £2.5 million in debt by the end of the season because of all these bloody players. Nicholas Mollers, he's playing for Kiel-ish in the Bundesliga, and the clause on him says we're due 55k after another 3 league appearances, which is possible, and a 30% selling clause. But if we sell now, we can get 288k, which makes a lot more sense. I do plan on staying here quite a while and getting this team back to the Bundesliga, so it makes sense to some probably to keep this clause, but I really think I want to clear the overdraft and try and get into a stable financial position, so I'm going to sell that one. And Louis Oppi, good name, he's playing for Hertha Berlin in the 2nd Bundesliga, and he was signed for 600k, received 825k. That's a no-brainer, isn't it? I mean, we've just raised so much money there. We've got the club into positive balance by a lot, 700 grand. I think that's just the most sensible thing to do. Right, I'm going to show you one game before ending the episode, and then in next episode we're going to do a little house hunt with the funds available to us in the local area, have a little look at the stadium, and then get into a full double game episode. But for now, I'm going to struggle through pronouncing all these names because I'm not too familiar with them. Zaloa in goal, Lannert, Golki, Schneider and Carney as the defence, Bell, Kahia and Obermeier as the defensive midfielders, Mengot on the left, Carstens in the middle, and Zakora on the right, behind Koch up front. The team sheets have been submitted, and let's see what our first team talk is going to be. I expect nothing but a win from this match to cut out our recent run of bad results. They haven't won in 10 games, so hopefully the turnaround starts here. And this is the first look at the Arminia Bielefeld Stadium. It looks gorgeous. They're playing a 4-4-2 diamond, so maybe we can get in on the flanks. I really like the look of the stadium. We're sitting 18th, 2 points away from safety. Sandhausen occupying that place that is safety for us, and we are off. They have a free kick on the right of the penalty area. They whip it in and have a free header at the far post, which is luckily seen over. We have a free kick of our own now in a shooting position. Schneider, the centre-back, is the one who's going to take it. He shoots and a good shot is saved by their keeper, and it's turned around for a corner. Corner now, Schneider to whip it in with his right foot, tries to find Obermeier, and he heads over. A lot of headed attempts going over the bar in this game. And there we have it, the end to a very even half. I'm not really sure which one we are. I guess we're this DSC one, not SVS. I'm not really sure what DSC stands for, though. Doesn't really make much sense. But half-time 0-0. I'm not happy with the performances out there. Lanhert seems anxious at that, but the rest of the team seem very motivated. And we go out to the second half. Henrik Koch on a 6.4 is very replaceable. We have a few good strikers in the squad. And if he doesn't do anything in the next few minutes, he's off. And we're just coming up to the hour mark now. Zikora is looking tired, so he's going to come off for Hopsk. He's our deputy right winger, and I might put him up front actually. We've got Cyril Akono, who I am actually going to put up front. He's 6'3" as well. More of an aerial threat than Henrik Koch, who's 5'11". He's going to come on, and Obermeier is going to be our final change for now. Just the 3 substitutions at the hour mark. The match momentum has been in our favour for the majority of the game, but not by a lot. We do need to get a chance here, though. I'm going to go attacking, but I'm not going to make any more gung-ho changes. They have a throw on the left, and they play it short and into the penalty area, just outside actually. We need to close down. What are we doing? There's so much space on the edge of the box there. We're going to be more aggressive with our tactics now in an attempt to try and get back into the game. I'm on much more pressing already. I probably shouldn't have been. I'm going to try and play fairly wider to try and get around this 4-4-2 diamond. And their possession stats slightly higher now as they have another chance with a corner. And they hit the post. It's only one-way traffic at this exact moment in time. The match momentum has swung in their favour towards the end of the game, which had been dominated by us for the majority of it. We have more shots and more XG, less possession, but I think a 1-0 defeat in our opening game with Arminia Bielefeld is pretty harsh. I'm going to thrash the arms and say I'm not happy with that one. But Rome wasn't built in a day. I think there's a lot of work to be done though. That defeat sees us still in the relegation zone, 3 points away from safety. We do play Borussia Dortmund 2, who are occupying the same place that Sandhausen were in our next game. But I don't think we'll come back for that one. I think we'll go a bit further into the future to see how the season's panning out. It doesn't look like there's a winter break here in Germany. So I think what we're going to do is be back for Oberhausen, the team that we were going to join in the summer. And the second game will be against Chemnitzer, because I think their logo is really fun. And hopefully by then we'll have got the boys up to speed and got rid of all the deadwood and got the wage bill down to some sort of controllable level that'll mean we can bring in some star players over the winter transfer window. But thank you very much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on whether going here was a mistake or if we should have stayed at Puchov or what you would have done differently. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now. Doodle pip. Sayonara. I'll need to learn what German is for bye. Okay, bye.